guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to see you all back for another episode on Diary of a Black Entrepreneur. I am Mary Taylor, aka Elizabeth Jr., and I can't wait to get started. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about why I decided to start my lock journey. So I have had locks for about 4 years now. So I started my locks on December 31st of 2019. The reason why I did that is so that I can remember when my lock anniversary comes up, because I have so many dates and so many important people in my life. So I didn't want to mix up a date that I felt was really important to me, and just made it easier to keep track of, especially because you can control the date that you set your lock anniversary on. So I decided to make it on the very last day of the year, because I felt like going into a new year, why not start off literally fresh? So I'm going to be talking about why I started my locks. So I'll probably post like a picture over here somewhere of where my locks started on that date that I told you guys, December 31st of 2019. I literally had 1-inch baby locks. They were so cute, but styling them was probably the most challenging part. But I'm not gonna quite get into styling and any of the more detailed things yet. I'm gonna save that for other episodes as I go along this journey. But that picture that I just posted, man, I loved the shorter style, but I was super happy about that day, because it was the first time that I finally chose something that was such a big deal, but for me. For several years, people have been telling me like, oh, Mary, you look good with locks and da-da-da-da, because I would do like faux lock styles with weave and different colors, just to kind of see how it would look. I love the look, but I just wasn't ready to commit yet, until that very day I decided, why not? Let's get into it. As a kid growing up with 4C hair, which, if you don't know anything about hair, 4C hair is the toughest texture of hair to deal with if you don't know what you're doing, first of all, which I didn't at the time. And I think that a lot of people around me had no idea how to quite manage it too. There were a lot of products that were kind of in discovery that we had to find on our own to do our hair, or via a hair salon where you were working with professionals who already knew about certain products to manage your hair. But at the time, it was with perms and hot combs and things of that nature, right? So that was our like situation with hair growing up. If you had coarse hair, people would automatically try to perm it or hot comb it to get those more finer hairstyles, which, had I known to really appreciate and embrace my hair as a kid when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have gravitated to such harsh styles, because those kinds of tools really damage your hair, especially a hair type as mine. And dealing with hair conditions like alopecia, which I have an acute form of alopecia on the sides of my hair and also in the middle of my hair. So those are things that really damage my hair over time. And having something like that, that is genetic, it would have been better if someone who knew how to manage my hair was doing my hair, because I would have been able to retain so much of my growth at that early age. When I was younger, my hair was probably the longest it's been in my entire life. Now that my hair has grown out, this is probably the longest it's been. And I will have like a year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 video for you guys. So I'm not necessarily gonna go into how long my hair is right now. I'll show that more in depth later on in the channel, but I will show you guys a few pictures of how my hair looked when it was being managed by someone else, and by my sisters and my mom, who used to do my hair a lot as a kid. And then I will also show you pictures of when that transitioned over to me doing my hair myself, and when I started to try to come into my own as far as being a hairstylist, which of course I had no idea what I was doing. So it doesn't look so good. I'll warn you in advance. So I'm going to take you guys down memory lane. This was right before college, so a little bit of high school and a little bit of elementary school as well. Lots of bad hair days in there. Yeah. And this is kind of fast forwarding to I'm in college, and then I even get into a couple of photos after college or postgraduate school. I tried out wigs, I tried out box braids for the most part, but mainly you always saw me rocking a fro for the most part. I love putting my hair in a fro, having it back with like a little headband, or just trying out different little ponytail styles. But mostly it would stay in braids for the most part because that was the best way that I could manage doing my hair. You see what I mean? So yeah, you can see why getting locks was a very easy decision for me to come to after a while, especially once I did a big chop when I was in college. Before that, I had a mohawk that had grew out, which I showed you guys in that previous picture, which honestly, that was probably the best hairstyle I've had since turning my life over into locks. But that hair journey was such a struggle for me, and it took me such a long time to get to this point where I actually felt, confident about my hair. And for the longest time, I always struggled with it, and I tried not to act like it really affected me, but it did. But I just try not to kind of let people know how, I'm upset with it, because it just took a lot of understanding of my hair. And I'm still learning to this day about certain products and ways to treat my hair so that I can maintain its healthy nature and continue to grow it. Because if you have hair, you obviously want it to grow, right? And you want it to be healthy. So growing long hair as well as healthy hair are equally as important to me in this lock journey. And so I am taking it one day at a time. And in later videos, I will get into what I use to style my hair, what I use to put in my hair, what I use to maintain my growth, and things of that nature, so you can further see in depth the overall process. But for right now, I just wanted you guys to know that this is why I started Locs. I started Locs because I was a young kid struggling with 4C hair, not understanding how 4C hair works and how to properly maintain it so that I can have healthy, luxurious hair and be able to style it and maintain it over time through these do-ups and takedowns. So I am 100% grateful for getting to this process of having locks and having healthier hair and being able to maintain so much growth for all these years. I am super grateful that I did this for myself and that I wasn't necessarily persuaded by anyone to take this step. And I am just grateful that I am able to share this journey with you all now. And I want to look back on the journey that I'm starting with you all today and see personal growth within myself, see if the products and resources and things that I'm telling you about my hair are helpful in later videos, if I'm seeing that growth and that progress that I want to see within my hair journey, and hopefully be able to show another girl and give another younger me the confidence to take the leap and start Locs themselves. But it has to be for you is the biggest thing with any journey, with hair, with health, with your career. It has to be for you, otherwise it's not going to work. I'm telling you that right now. But with that being said, I want to say thank you all so much for watching this video. Thank you all so much for listening to me talk about my hair journey, and I truly hope that you are with me on the next episode, which will be in the description. I will go over what that video would entail, as I promised in the previous video, which if you have not watched that video, please go back and watch it so you can kind of know the flow of how this channel is going to be laid out. I, again, thank you so much for watching today's episode. There is so much in store for this journey, so I hope that you all stay with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.